our channel. So we are spending today just chilling at home. We've decided to have a little quiz. Each of us have created 4 questions that we're going to ask. And we don't know, I don't know Denise's questions, Denise doesn't know my questions. So yeah, let's see how it goes. So shall I start? Do you want to start?
No, you start.
Okay, I'll start. So, the first question, right? We are the only 2 humans on a desert island, and we can choose to take only 3 essential items. What would you take, and what would I take?
My dogs.
Well, that's you, because there's 3 of them.
But I could have been without my dogs, so...
Right, so I would take my trainers 100%. I would take my iPhone, and I would definitely take some chocolate, preferably dairy milk. So that's what I would take.
Well, your iPhone's going to be useless because it's going to run out of charge really quickly.
No, it's got solar power.
Nah.
And on the desert island, there'll be solar activity.
No.
I thought you would have said your iPad, because you never ever do a day without a jigsaw. I think you would have definitely taken some sort of TV in a flat screen type of
72 inch.
How can you cope on a desert island without a flat screen TV? And also I would think you would maybe take some books, because you're a very good reader. So that was the 3 things I think you would have taken.
So, if you could relive one of our many amazing holidays, which one would it be and why?
So we've been some massively amazing holidays. Right, okay. So there's lots coming to mind. One of the memories that's absolutely up there is Hawaii, sitting on Waikiki Beach, watching the sunset. And that was our entertainment for the, I think, 10 nights that we were there at night time. We just couldn't get enough of it. And I think that has just stuck with me forever. It was just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. That would be my moment. What about you?
I think, yeah, that's one of the biggies.
It was up there, wasn't it?
But I think one of the places that was on my bucket list, I never in a million years thought I would get to see, and I did, and we did together, and it was incredible, and it was the Taj Mahal.
Ah, yeah, okay.
We had such a wonderful trip. It was just out of this world, and it was much more than I expected it to be. Mm-hmm.
And as you go in the door, you're encouraged to touch it, so it's quite a special experience.
That's mine.
State your most memorable meal and restaurant where we've gone together.
Again, there are so many, and there's the restaurant we went to in Hawaii. What was it? Was it
Roy's.
Roy's was incredible, absolutely incredible. But I have to say, I think it was on the 3rd of June 2019 when we went to the Hard Rock Cafe for dinner on our wedding day, courtesy of my friends Trisha and David.
Oh, that's a nice one. That's for sure a nice one.
I think that was just the most memorable.
I think for me, my one would be Dilfaber Lodge in Aviemore. Very much in the honeymoon phase. I don't even know, would we have been a year at that point? And it was a beautiful big lodge that we stayed in. It had a sauna, and it was just gorgeous. Spa.
And
it was beautiful. And you came up for the weekend, and we just had the whole place to ourselves. And we went to a beautiful restaurant on site. Yeah, it was just so special because it was maybe the first time we'd actually been away together.
What was your favourite moment of our wedding day, not including the ceremony?
Oh, that's a toughie. Our wedding day was awesome. It was just perfect from start to finish. It was just exactly what we wanted for a wedding day. We went on holiday for a week to Florida from Scotland, and we got married on the Monday. When we were getting processed in the the courthouse, and I had organised everything. I'd organised the appointment.
No, you didn't. I did.
Yeah, you did. Okay, you organised it. I had done everything else though, and what you needed to do was take money to pay. And when we got to the counter and we were saying we're here to get married today, blah blah blah, and Denise had forgotten to bring her credit card. So fortunately, she managed to scramble with whatever dollars you had in your pocket, and you managed to buy that much. You managed to pay for our wedding. So probably that, it could have gone horribly wrong had you not been able to stretch to be able to pay for it. That maybe would have ended in, well, we wouldn't have got married, so
divorce before we were married.
So maybe that would have been the case. But that was, once we realised the panic was over and we were fine, it was really, really funny and we had a good laugh about it.
Oh, I could also go with the processing. The lady asked Eileen, where were you born? And she answered Kilwinning. The lady said, and where is Kilwinning? And Eileen said, near Irvine. To which the lady said, where's that?
I'll just put down Scotland, she
and
said.
I was kind of expecting to say, Eileen to say, well, it's near Kilwinning. My memory, after we'd gone back to the hotel, we went into the parks, and the first park we went into was Universal Studios, and the first thing I did was go to customer services and ask for 2 just married buttons.
You did.
And one of the photos that we have says the adventures begin.
Yeah.
And that was
absolutely
so true.
Yeah. State and rank your top 3 favourite countries that we visited together.
Absolutely number 1, without a shadow of a doubt, is the USA and Florida, and Orlando in particular. We have had so many incredible holidays there that has to be number 1. The second one for me, as we've already mentioned, was Hawaii. We went there for Eileen's 40th birthday. My third choice would absolutely have to be Iceland. Eileen, I had always wanted to go to Iceland, and Eileen arranged a fantastic trip for me.
That's awesome.
For my 50th birthday. It was one of those trips that I didn't expect, and I had no idea what to expect when we got there. The experience was tremendous, and I will be forever grateful that you took me there.
For me, my top 3, I would say Hawaii, number 1. Number 2, we were so fortunate to get to Egypt, and we saw the pyramids and Cairo. Yeah, so that was awesome. So that's up there. There's always Canada. We went to Niagara Falls and we went to Toronto. So yeah, I'm going to say Canada. Canada is number 3.
What memory springs to mind when we first got together?
So do you know what popped into my head right when you said that, and we weren't even together? We were at a brass band contest and you stood up and played Georgia on My Mind, the cornet solo. I think you played it perfectly, and the hall was completely full. You had me in the palm of your hand. I listened to every single note and it was awesome, and that is something that 30 years later I still remember, and it wasn't long after that we actually got together. So I'd say that's probably the image that came into my head. What about you?
Again, it's pre us getting together, and it was when we were at a band rehearsal and you came along and you just graduated, and we were trying to get you along to the band.
State and rank your top 3 favourite places or sites that we've visited together.
It doesn't matter where in the world we go, Eileen always meets people that she knows.
I do, it's spooky.
We were standing in the line for the Empire State Building when all of a sudden all we heard was Eileen, and it was one of our work colleagues.
It was.
And as it turned out, it was one of my future work colleagues. So that
was really strange.
That was bizarre. Second one, I think, was the CN Tower in Toronto, where it took me about an hour and a half to walk onto the glass floor.
You wanted to do it, but you just couldn't bring yourself
and
to.
It was crazy because you know that you're as safe walking on the glass floor as you are walking in a normal floor, but just taking that leap of faith was quite something because I'm terrified of heights. So that was something. And I think the other one, we went to Niagara Falls, and Eileen, well, to be fair, we were both really looking forward to going in the Maid of the Mist. Right. Unfortunately, we went to Niagara Falls in March, where all the Maids of the Mist were iced in
They were all
at the harbour,
stuck.
and the American Falls were totally frozen over.
So I would say mine would be Waikiki Beach, Ephesus in Turkey. That was spectacular. And probably in Scotland, I would say maybe Ellendon Castle, which is right up north, and it is stunning. Whenever you see pictures of Scotland, it's kind of this view of the path that goes out into the water and then the castle, and it's pretty stunning. And we went there, we've been there a couple of times now.
Right, so my final question is, who looks after the other better when the other is sick?
Ooh, that's an interesting one. Okay, so if I'm feeling ill, I like being looked after. So I expect hot cups of tea, a nice hot bowl of soup, lots of cuddles and lots of love and lots of how are you? Are you okay? So that's kind of what makes me feel better when I don't feel well. And you do that. You that's how you are. You totally look after me. But I think when you're ill, you're like, I'm going to my bed, I'm shutting the door, and I'll see you on Tuesday. And whilst I want to do all those things for you because that's what makes me feel better when I'm ill, you don't want that, and you're quite happy to just shut the door and say, I'll see you when I'm better. So therefore, I think you look after me when I'm ill, and that's what I need. I think I would do all that for you, but that's not what you want. You just want to close the door and get on with it, and then resurface when you feel better.
I think that's spot on.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's spot on. I don't do well when I don't feel well.
No, you're not good.
And I just want to wallow in self-pity on my own.
You do.
No distractions, just get on with it myself until I feel better.
Yeah, I try and make you feel better. I'm trying.
But I think that at the end of the day, you do always realise that that's not what floats my boat when I'm not feeling well. So I think when it comes to that, I think we're both top notch.
I just do if you need anything, let me know, give me a shout. I'll get you, just if you need something to eat or if you need something to drink, let me know, and then I just leave you to it. So as long as it works.
Absolutely, and it does.
There you
It
go.
does.
Right, so that's us for today. A little bit of kind of more detailed insight into what goes on.
Bye.
Bye.